trade out of this one. 2-on-2. Across the sights for Encore, and some timing for Hazard. He does spot out Hugh, but then gets traded out by Zeph. That's go time for Zeph. He wants to take this space, but Sterling on the AWP line will be smoked off. You have an advantage right now, Encore. They don't necessarily need to give up this first round and this second OT here.
Winnable. That's the word that has been, I guess, danced around many times as the Molotov does burn Savage. He was only 2 HP. Zeph going for the line. It's a little bit far gone. Now it's Gump in the one-on-one. They've made it work so far. Sterling, though, he's got a lot to clear. Gump's just going to wait patiently. He has to be sold on his decision. Across the line, gets the spot, and DGG take the lead in overtime number 2.
Take the lead narrowly. These rounds are getting very, very close right now. Again, 2 versus 3 ending situation for DGG there when they do get the plant down. I feel, a little bit hard done by, I think, the incendiary that was thrown, or the Molotov that was thrown towards brackets in the end through Diggity. It impacted Hazard, I believe, and then just hit Savage and he died. So it's a little bit unfortunate there. But for DGG, recipe to get them that 19th on the board, which means, they'll be chasing for the 20th here. Make the CT side a little bit easier when it does switch over. As Apartment's control for DGG is established. Sterling on the line will win the duel against Zeph. Now this round faces first opener to Encore. Last was DGG. And they won it, but that's a missed shot from Grat.
I love confident APOC Dud so much, but it is Encore to get the trade. Again, Savage takes a lot of damage. Your Wombat will find they are absolutely opening up a can of beans here. Oh my god! APOC Dud! Jesus! He gives up a little bit too far, though. Your Wombat will get the plant. No, it's you with the bomb.
Oh, and he's been tapped a little bit.
He's been tagged, yeah.
I do want to make mention with those frags as well, Mitch. APOC Dud hits 30 kills, but it's Gump on 41. He is absolutely in front of everyone. Reverse the numbers, and then you've got your Wombat on 14. Needs to get a couple more beans in this round to be able to try and secure it in a 1 versus 3. He's shouldering out the pillar quite nicely, but it's Hazard to get the final, Mitch. And once more, we're equalized.
Oh, geez, he can literally not put a pin in whoever's going to win this series out at this point in time, right? Yeah, 35 for Azza. He's been looking really, really good. Gump has just been playing out of his skin. And yeah, your Wombat, Hugh, that was 2 of the members that have been sort of underperforming a little bit. But, again, your Wombat has been doing his job. He's been entering in alongside his team. 13 assists. APOC Dud with 11. Big statement. But we're tied up again. Previous half, or previous overtime, we did see Encore lead out. Will DGG be able to do it this time round? Only the singular AWP here as the bank is broken for Encore.
Well, it's the last round of this half of OT anyways, so we switch it on over after this one, and that's... I thought it was going to be an opening 50 step. It is
he gets it anyway.
The re-peak. Now the AWP in Gratisfaction, he's going to tempt fate with this one. He needs to be careful on the line. We've seen Zeph win this so many times. Shoulder out on the right eye peak will equalize us into the 4 versus 4. DGG creeping around the top of mid. Savage with flash in. Great execution onto your Wombat, but utility pulled on through.
Trade after trade after trade.
Oh, we're rubber bounding in this round.
Absolutely can't even keep a finger on the pulse right now. Inside the pit, they are getting that utility down. They're going to ignore the pit member again, straight onto the side, but it's Azza to get 1 and 2. It's Hugh now. Is he going to be able to do it? No! Azza, all is lonesome. The raid boss. Encore take 20.
Mate, how many individual performance shows have we had in this series so far? Another one from Azza there locking down the A site. We had his 1 versus 4 earlier. We had APOC Dud with the lineup of the year with a rifle for 3 players from Ruins, Construction, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in the world. And this series is not disappointing from a map number 1, which we thought, yeah, maybe this is done and dusted. 16-1. Was the scoreline if you've just joined us, by the way.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, this is what I love about Counter-Strike. You were not expecting this match. We were like, oh, yeah, quick 2-0. We'll go to the finals. Should be pretty exciting. Kind of a warm-up game for Encore. No! DGG says, get buggered. We have got the fight in us, and I love it. I am all for it. I am woken up. I'm sitting up in my chair, upright, almost standing at this point. And it has been very, very entertaining. You can see the chat has turned a new table as well. It's been quite good to watch for us all, I think. Stressful either side if you're an Encore fan especially. But they do have the lead again.
Ooh, big nade over from Banana Control. Apok Dud, your Wombat.
Great trade.
Holding on to the lead right now and extending it. DGG find themselves in a 4 versus 2 by their own merit. And you would kind of expect it to simmer down here a little bit.
Really just another round where no mistakes can be made, right? Your Wombat solo. Now the utility starts to head over. Azza and Savage, they're not going to hesitate. Hugh needs to get there, and he needs to get there fast. He will make it to the cross, but the smoke is down. That will buy them enough time. A spray through now. Your Wombat, did he see? Oh, he's just off the line. It's scrappy, but he's alive. That's the main factor. And now Savage crosses in. He wants to take this duel inside the construction site. And 2 members are already there. It's going to be the flash over the top. It should be good. Right onto it, but no, not far enough. These members, they're doubled up. They're holding hands. And now a Molotov to get into position over the top. Will it land in the right spot? It won't.
Top of it.
Into dark. It's going to be all onto this line here. 2 members pushing in. 1, 2, 3. No, it's good enough. And the defuse will come through. We're tied up again, 20-20.
Molotov lands at the top of the dark boxes, but not really required in the end. Just another position that if any of the members were sitting on top of there, they would have been forced on down. But in the coffins, taken in the end, 20 apiece. Number to find first is 22, 21-21, and we go for another round of overtime. Get-go here. It's another one of these large leans for DGG to the A side. They actually got down the guts of mid. Wow, this is very ambitious. As had already plotted out. Q. Savage wins the duel against Zeph in that window, and this round is already shambles for DGG off the get-go. 1:30 still remaining to exercise.
Yeah.
There's 2 players gone. Now this is a round where this is Encore's to lose.
Absolutely. High risk, high reward there from DGG, right? And I've got to respect it. To make such a ballsy play like that one so late in the game, in the height of overtime, tied up scoreline 20-20. And I think that's just a save round, right? Like, what do you do? Like, I mean, they're going to have money into the next. They're going to be able to secure that up, but I guess it's just better to keep the utility, right? Not have to think too hard about it.
I legit don't know why, but my capture card did the split thing again, so I don't know how long it was like that, but I apologize.
Fix it.
I fix it now, but it's like, I don't know what's causing it. That's the problem. It's never done this before.
That's all right. Don't think too hard about it. It happens. So just holding those exits right now. Realistically, just setting that focus. The only way forward for the side of DGG is with another overtime, and Savage here is adding the stats. Oh, no! Again, they've got to buy. Gump's going to have to drop. I don't really know what even this round's going to look like. It's going to be okay. Zeph's got his AWP. He's got some utility. Okay, we're all good here, but it's not the buy that they were hoping for at all. 4 M4s, the single AWP for Zeph. And Encore with the momentum behind them, 21-20.
21-20. This is for the victory for Encore. Otherwise, another round of OT for DGG. They will definitely want it after the, how many leads they've been able to find in this series so far. Apok Dud over at that B site. Playing anti for Zeph on the AWP line. It currently only has a toying with them at the moment. A flash sent on through. Apok Dud going to be winning that duel first as well. That's going to be a free pick that they will be able to run away with.
So we are poised again for another potential battle in overtime number 3. It's going to be a huge Molotov from Zeph to buy additional time, and they're actually looking to try and go through this. They want to get that smoke down so Zeph can try and fight the good fight, but look at this, pulling away. leaving the one member in Gratis faction. He's made a fantastic call. We'll be able to hear the footsteps, but Zeph's ready. No trickery this time round, Mr. Komodo, as 3 versus 5. But again, it's your Wombat who has to just basically play time for as long as possible. Look at this, though. He's moving very close, very aggressive. Savage, though, to punish. The damage has already been dealt, though, putting him in a very awkward predicament. But they've got to get moving. DGG have to get over to this site now. They're sure that there's potentially a wrap, but now they can make the comms. Now they can make it nice and clear.
It's going to be hard, though, Mitch. No utility for Encore to be able to hold this one, and they're waiting with bated breath.
Straight out of construction. This time, not much hesitancy. Watching the cross. Savage failed. Apoc dud with 3. And now it's all on to Sterling from the pool, from the pit. One has been found, but he's just got to secure it. And you know what that is. Overtime number 3. And again, it goes.
Indeed, it does. Eventually, one of these teams is going to have to get a win. And whether or not that turns into some time for between the next series or map 3, we just don't know. These teams giving their absolute everything to just continue trying to get these victories as well. Look, I got to say, for DGG, in the 4 versus 3, in the end there, they played that retake well, right? They were making sure they held the lines that they needed to. They were making sure they didn't overextend too hard. And even when it goes down to the 2, or the 1 versus 3 in the end for Sterling there, he only manages to find 1 kill before being traded out. So some really good trades that we're seeing from DGG and just better cohesion. I almost feel like even better as this game goes on time and time again. But yeah, OT number 3. Encore T side start, DGG CT side. It's always a risky gambit trying to get double orbs out when you are only with 10k to start in this situation. Was it MK3 10k? Is that what it's? MR3 10k.
MR3 10k. Yes, that's the one. Yes,
it's been a bit since I've had to pronounce that, but we're here. We're fine. Nah.
All right. A slower approach, but a flash straight into brackets. That's a great nade from Hugh and a great molly as well. They are going to continue forward, and now Hugh can just get off the line. There is one, and maybe, just maybe even a second, but Hazard does manage to slip past. But look at this again. Apoc dud. I feel like I'm saying his name over and over, but Savage, he's just got absolutely ice in his veins. The man is an animal straight through the smoke, straight through the molly. Gump's able to peek at the right time, though. Wombat drops Rat, and now it's all in a Hazard. I refuse to see another clutch of this caliber. I can't take it.
It'll be another 1 versus 3.
In brackets.
Okay,
all right, we're good. We're chilling.
DGG.
But the opening round again goes the way of DGG. What's going to happen now? I don't even know.
No one knows. That's the beauty of it right now. Go at it again with the money that you got, of course. DGG, they really want to send us into nuke. Encore, I guess they want to have maximum chill time before their game against Not Greyhound if they do end up getting the victory here, because, you know, after this map, you probably do need to wind down a bit.
Yeah. Well, they're going to definitely take the break between maps if we do end up going to nuke. And with DGG finding this opening, if they can get a second round, maybe I'll be a believer. Look at Grappo. He's had enough. Straight into the apartments. Apoc dart. He goes forward. It is traded. But it does make it a little bit more awkward. And poor your Wombat has to defend this B site solo again. If you all start to understand this game on a different level and have played enough, especially if you've played competitive, you will know the pressure for what it is like being the solo anchor on towards B, or the rotator, whatever you want to call it. Being able to stay alive for as long as possible to allow your team time to rotate. Oh, that is bold! That is bold, my friend. You're lucky to be alive. Molotov goes down. Oranges now, but Grat gets taken low. That's a 3 versus 3. Hugh on the rotation. This one's going to be really, really tough for DGG to break. They've got some utility. That's an awesome nade as well. That stopped Grat. That stopped the plant. 3v3 still.
Oh, but the timing. The smoke has faded over from the coffins, and Zeph is going to be rewarded with that one. Sterling with a single flashbang, but you know it's another 3 versus 2. DGG won it last time to put us into the next realm of OT.
Smoke towards Nana. That will isolate the man in Sterling. Savage is going to have all the pressure, but Sterling's actually moved through. He's just on that line, watching the cross. They have to clear this one here. There's one. Savage, maybe, just maybe. He's actually dropped his way in towards the construction, and now it's on the Zeph. Savage, I think's won the round. Has to stick, has to get off, has to get on. Savage! Oh my God, Mr. Reliable. This man is stepping up beyond his years. As we go tied again, it has just been a game of tug of war. No one has been able to determine a lead at all.
Yeah, game of tug of war, game of cat and mouse, whichever way you want to be calling it right now. It's neck and neck, and certainly leads in for some entertaining Counter-Strike. Now, APOC Dud's down to a FAMAS, so you can feel the weight of this rounds of OT getting thicker with the economy. And a lot of that utility has already been utilized from DGG to try and gain a little bit of space early on in the window of apartment. Savage wins the duel against Gump. You do also see Zeph is in the apartments courtesy of the radar. But I do wonder how long he is going to stay there for. Your Wombat, if he loses life here, it will be a big start to the round for Encore, even bigger than just getting that opening pick.
Oh, man. It has been such an interesting dance. You can tell when the chaos really does ensue, teams are taking bigger risks, trying to make those high percentage plays, trying to keep cool, calm, and collected. This time in the match is just insanity. Now Zeph tasked with the solo B hold. The bomb is in the hands of Hazza, who is towards that position. Now Sterling looking to join back. Motorway will be smoked again.
They're going into the more stacked site. 40 seconds to go. That progression smoke over at B does nothing to Zeph. He's still just going to be poised on that line. They know from this utility it's A.
They're going to be moving their way out. That one way will only net a small amount of reward, but Encore Grat, he will take advantage of it. Now they know where a second is. Savage jumping down, but not early enough. House Hugh alive. He's done so much. The shot's missed, but Sterling. Oh my God! Not again!
It's workable for Zeph, Mitch. 56.
It is, but he's only got the AWP, no kit, utility in hand, sure, but what can he even do with it?
Oh, the AWP is going to be lined on through. Azza within an inch of his life right now, and Sterling not too far behind on 50 HP. Progression smoke for Zeph to get on in, and Azza, it's afforded him the retreat to the graveyard, and he's got the headshot. Encore reclaim the lead as we, switch sides.
Oh, my word.
Alrighty.
This is game of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
There is absolutely for certain Encore taking the lead again. DGG playing from behind once more. 10K in the bank of all the players in just a sec as we do swap over once more. DGG at the disadvantaged T side. With a round to make up in the process, they will need to secure all three. 2 will mean we go again. 1 will mean that Encore do secure their ticket into the grand final against Not Greyhounds. I'm sure the boys are watching right now. Phone at the dinner table. Watching the chaos unfold in front of us all alongside thousands. And Sterling is going to get punished.
Yeah.
Very, very risky play into the apartments early.
And look who's gotten in front of that utility as well. Or as I say, that humongous 27 HP. The grenades throwing down on DGG. Stuck as well in logs is Zeph. Tapped away. Banana control. Savage is now going to try and extend the forward position with a flashbang that is absolutely gorgeous. Not intended though, as it's a 3 versus 3 and we don't know exactly where everybody is. Hazard's even pushed back into the apartments. Hugh's still in the window room.
Will he see him? Oh, God. Everything is scrapping right now. It's just like a pug at this point in time. Savage is walking through the bottom of Banana Smoke. Okay, Wombat's got him.
Oh, mate, there's so many advantages that Encore have found. Now DGG's back into the advantage in this round.
They're rotating back to the side.
Oh.
Where does he go? What's the call? Like, you can just see that no one's on the same page, but it's not going to matter because Gump almost has 50 kills.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where we're at.
How many rounds?
Done 39.
Hang on, how many rounds did it take for Nifty to get 50 on the map? How many rounds was it?
Less than this, I think. Oh, jeez. I can't remember if it was OT3 or not, but he ended with 52. If anyone in the chat can remind us, because I remember watching that live in the crowd. I'm not sure if it went to overtime number 4, but someone will have that stat, I'm sure. Anyway.
Quick
Now
one.
Sports IEM 2019, I believe.
Quick one up, Banana. At least for DGG, 2 members. Your Wombat and Apoc Dud to see what they can hold. Gratisfaction is going to be the one to push one down, maybe to spray through the smoke. Great grenade onto Apoc Dud.
Encore's HE damage has been huge.
Insane. Definitely want to see Apoc Dud fly away on the broom. That is just behind him. 30 HP.
Nana control gathered again by the in-game leader. He's found a few confident duels up towards this position, but DGG don't have their eyes set on any site just yet. Weaponry will be recovered now. And so will the focus. Smoke down towards CT, but setting their line up towards A. It has pulled the rotation from Sterling in towards CT. A weakened A site now. Maybe an opportunity, but Hazza, he is a scary man to fight from this pit. We also have Azza there. That one's going to be a tongue twister to cast as they do wrap around their way into Archers. Sterling on the line. Gump's going to walk straight into it, and there's one. That does clear. He does cross indeed. Hugh has to get the flash over the top, and now they go back towards Diggity's side. They have to get onto this side strong. They need to make these impact items count. Hazza is looking for that fight very, very aggressively, and he's done the damage. He's dropped the bomb. 10 seconds. I only just realized might not be enough time at all. They have to clear this frag onto Hazza. They've done it. Is that enough time to get the plan? I think it is. And now the rotation coming in. Your Wombat will pinch. This is going to be map point for DGG unless Savage can pull something out of the hat. He's heard the footsteps now. Wombat inside the library, and there is no books being read at all because there is only death for Savage. DGG with 24 and the money. Oh, Komodo, the cash is just not there for Encore. This is his first real chance at victory for both of these teams.
That was a 3 versus 5 with 10 seconds to go in the round that DGG has managed to come back essentially and win.
Oh, I only saw the time like as soon as Hugh died. I was like, there's 11 seconds.
Yep, that a 3 versus 5 that they've managed to bring that back from. That was absolutely insane. And as you do say, a very, very big first real chance. Hazza at least getting one down the guts of mid, but the rest of the team starting to group up, starting to creep up. Savage pushing through. He's got one. Escape out. You've got the lead at the moment.
Have they got the advantage? They've got nothing to work with. An MP9, a FAMAS, a Deagle. And they're certainly putting the pressure, making DGG sweat after all the hard work, winning 2 T-sided rounds in overtime number 3. They've parked it, put the brakes on. Sterling had a great frag from this line before. Your Wombat's going to walk straight into the crosshair, and he's done it again.
2v4.
Sterling, last name McCain at this point in time. Oh. He's got one more. Encore, do you want more? Certainly, says Sterling, because we've got another overtime here. Hugh is just having mind games played by him with Gratisfaction right now. I don't know if I've got the mental capacity for another one, but we'll go again. I'm all for it, because this, again, has been not only one of the best games of the RMR so far, I'm sure, all around the block. 16-1 on Vertigo for any of you who have just joined us. In favor of Encore, DGG were just getting literally slapped around, looking like it was a, 2-tier difference in the teams. And now DGG is performing all above, like, I guess it's a team that have the potential. Like, we know that the individuals, if they're fully synergized, they can do big things. And that's exactly, we're seeing it in form right now. We're seeing it in practice. It's certainly getting a little scrappy here, but they're making it exciting.
Even if we don't get a third map and Encore does win it, we've essentially gotten a third map, like, from all this OT right now, so.
Okay, so, hang on.
That's good.
How many rounds? Nifty had 51 kills, but I didn't quite get the rounds. It was IEM Sydney 2018.
Well, this is a quick one for DGG up through Banana, and Gratisfaction's going to be able to find the opener. Unanswered as well. And he's repoised on the line. Incendiary's got a flush Gump out in towards his crosshairs, maybe. Yep, it's gonna burn him.
No! That's awesome utility usage again, and control around the double AWP. Sterling finding a pick over towards the A site. Gratisfaction finding 2 for his troubles towards B. That's the international AWPing standard. Zeph on the boost on the line. Savage knows he doesn't have to peek. And again, this utility, like the rounds that we're seeing where Encore have really been able to lean into their CT has been just so beautiful.
Wow.
Zeph, are you joking, bro? Bomb is so far away. They have to recollect it, and it would be a insane 2 versus 5. And Zeph has every angle to clear under the sun, and he's going to go down to the hand of Savage.
Now they know where your Wombat is.
He started with at least 1.
Gathering out the bomb. These sort of rounds. 1 versus 3. You know the way to win this one. Your opponents have to make a mistake, and the grouping up at these sandbags, top banana as well. It's a very wise idea to stop the Wombat, and it worked out wonders. Encore, first round in OT number 4 secured on the CT side. So we'll see what DGG are going to elect to do for here. Of course, if they want the AWP in play, they're going to have to juggle it around, and that would pose a problem because if they essentially lose this one, they get loss bonus, and well, it could be a little bit daunting for a couple of those players in the next round. So they definitely want to be gathering this one here to at least have a chance of also victory. Because, you know, if you drop the 3 in OT, you have to get the next 3 to go at it again in the next iteration of overtime. Got to back fancying himself a nice early pick.
Oh, what happened here?
Okay.
You can't even cast that. You just let it unfold in front of you, right?
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Encore have had enough, literally. Oh, my word. Drowning Pool is certainly an appropriate title for a map like this. Jesus.
Wow.
2 versus 5. Oh, the damage done through the smoke, but it's A-okay for now. It feels that the wheels have fallen off the DGG bus for this point in time. The shots are really starting to connect. How's that getting it done?
Gun wants at least 1 here. To bow down with at least something in this round. 1 step closer to getting the 50 frags. He's fallen off the horse a little bit in the past couple of rounds. But, yeah, the 1 versus 5. We're kind of shifting narrative over towards the next round where DGG, a couple of these members don't really have money, Mitch, and they need to be securing A rounds. Again, you know, I make mention if they don't secure a round in this half of overtime, they have to win all of the next rounds in OT to even have a chance at that, you know, continuation, right? So